Hey everybody, welcome back to another Collector Tie anime figure review video. Today we're going to be reviewing the 1/7 scale figure of Celestia Ludenberg from Myethos. Anyone who's been collecting figures for a while probably recognizes Myethos as one of the last remaining companies offering high quality at a decent price, and I gotta say, they definitely met and exceeded expectations with Celestia. One of the first things that pops out about Celestia is definitely her spiral hair sculpt. The way her hair coils and flows is absolutely amazing. It gives her recognizable, outrageous anime hairdo while still looking elegant on her figure. Celestia is wearing a wrap on her head that gives her a bit of a softer touch in contrast to her extreme personality. True to her gambling obsession, she's holding a poker card with Monokuma on it. Her tie is painted with perfect attention to detail, and the fine line on her shirt strings are executed perfectly as well. Taking a look at the back of the figure, I'm once again drawn to the way her hair frames the figure. The white ribbons flow from her head wrap and were taken down to her Gothic Lolita style dress. Myethos did a great job adding wrinkles in her skirt in the areas where the ruffling of her dress are. The ruffles on her dress flow 360 degrees around her as she sits and calmly stares with a suspicious smile on her face. I think it's pretty cool that Celestia will look great as a figure to anyone unfamiliar with Danganronpa, but for those of us who are, we know there's a bit more to that controlled front she puts on. She's sitting atop a roulette wheel, perfectly motifed for the ultimate gambler, and there's a magnet that keeps her attached to the golden podium she's sitting on. I really like it when companies use magnets rather than pegs when possible, since there's no chance of accidentally breaking a focal attachment piece. Here, we can get a better look at the upper part of her dress, where we have more ruffles extending out of her jacket top. One of my very favorite parts about this figure are the shoes. They're fairly simple, but so well done. I find that a lot of companies tend to get a bit lazy on details like the shoes, but not Myethos. Celestia is my very favorite character out of the entire Danganronpa franchise, so I'm ecstatic that Myethos chose her of all characters to make a figure of. And I managed to get her back when Myethos was still fairly new to the figure market, and her price was pretty reasonable at the time. Unfortunately, if you were looking to get her now, I think you'd be looking to pay 2 to 3 times retail. I really enjoy the minimal use of color on this figure, and the way the shading is what brings Celestia's aesthetic to life. It makes the red of her eyes, tie, and shoes pop. For any other Danganronpa fans out there, I'd love to hear who your favorite character is, and if you have a figure of them. It'd be really cool to see Myethos pick up the franchise again, since there are so many amazing character designs for them to choose from. Personally, I'd love to see a Gundam Tanaka figure one day, since he's my favorite character from V2. It'd also be pretty funny if they included some of his hamster minions. With the recent release of Danganronpa Decadence, maybe we'll see a resurgence of figures from the franchise. In the end, Celestia is an absolutely gorgeous figure. Myethos nailed every detail that they could. I want to thank you all for taking the time to watch this video, and slight apologies to those who sat through gills. I'm still working on my video making skills, but I'm hoping to make improvements as I go. To any other collectors out there, are you a fan of Myethos? And if so, which of their figures from them is your favorite? I'd really appreciate anyone who takes the time to subscribe for future videos. Until then, stay full of despair.